Hello and welcome to the Friday edition of Minute of the Apes, the daily podcast where we break down every minute of the Planet of the Apes movies 1 minute at a time. I'm your host Todd. Across from me, I've got Richard and Sean. Happy Friday, gentlemen.
Hey, hello everybody.
We finally agreed on where this ends and starts. Starts and ends, yeah.
In the pre-pro for it, it's one of the challenges of this. You watch them and you think you know the end of it, but we have to sync it up. So I think we're all good now. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Yes.
You want to thank the Star Wars guys?
Yeah, you know what? Let's thank the Star Wars guys once again. In fact, let's mention the entire Movies by Minute family.
Yeah.
There are a ton of people out there doing what we do, breaking down different movies, giving you either the trivia, the minutia, their thoughts, whatever it may be. You can go to moviesbyminute.com. You'll find things like the Cornetta Minute.
Trilogies or whatever,
which is a series of films that I stinking love.
Yeah.
I still haven't listened to theirs yet simply because I'm not as good as Sean. Sean will listen to podcasts all day long. I'm not that good. But as soon as I finish one or two more, they're next on my list. But you can find people like that, and especially you can find the Star Wars Minute, which our reverence for them knows no end.
No bounds.
Knows no bounds. So to Pete and Alex, thank you so much for being so gracious and letting us be a part of this and break apart these films. But with that, for this Friday edition, we're on to minute 85.
All right. We're going to start the minute with the cart heading out, and it's going to end with Taylor jumping out of the cage. And as of minute 85, 2 living humans, 2 confirmed dead, the shrewdness of apes, and a gaggle of humans.
So, in the last minute when I talked about them being stopped by hunters on the road, that technically should have been this minute, really, because the cart's starting to move. Because there is this unusual moment with the cart riding away. Zira and her nephew are outside. The two of them are kind of hidden inside. And then it's just magically daytime.
Which... Hang on, let me look. Okay, before we get to the daytime thing, there's one thing I had to ask.
All right.
We have a shot of Nova and Taylor in the back of the carriage.
I have 2 notes, but let's see what you said.
Nova looking over at Taylor quizzically. Is that how you say that word?
Inquisitively?
Inquisitively, that's what I want to say. While Taylor sleeps while holding on to her rung.
He is asleep, isn't he?
And okay, so is that ANSA training that said if you get into a cage, hang on to it and sleep,
just pass out,
all while being jostled around on a carriage? Has he not slept the entire time he's been on this planet? That's why he's so out of it?
It's been a very difficult couple of weeks, especially if he might potentially have a pregnant woman that he's
all right, but
with.
if you factor in that they just had that terrorizing moment with the people on the trail, and he's had a little bit of time.
The adrenaline
he's
run
kind
out
of
of
coming
him.
down. He's exhausted. Maybe. He's tired.
Then why not stage it to where? And I know that it's easier to shoot a one shot of her looking at him while he does something, but is the smarter thing for him not to be curled up in the hay of that carriage asleep, and she's looking down at him adoringly.
So the notes in the script that I have says Taylor is dozing. But the girl is alert and nervous.
The girl?
The girl.
Okay.
She peers out at the field, apparently recognizing or remembering this terrain. She nudges Taylor, waking him up.
That's funny you say that because I even kind of got a sense that she looked around like she knew where they were going.
I guess that's what they were trying to convey at that particular moment, even though it wasn't really that obvious to me. It just looked like they've been in the back of the wagon
for a while, and they're just somewhere out of the city.
And she's like, hey, we're here, or
right.
I know where we are.
And they really like using that oil-based sweat on Nova's face, don't they?
They do. But it sure does make her look pretty. There are moments where it's like, good Lord, they're instead of lighting her as a savage woman, they're lighting her
as a model or whatever.
God, just bang, she's gorgeous.
Well, I mean, this particular era, she is the female star of the movie.
Literally, besides for Zira, who is completely in makeup, and if Zira was physically here in front of you and walked past you, you would not know that was male or female just by looking at it. She is the only female that we've had in this movie besides Stewart, who was dead from the second time we've ever seen her.
This era, she's the damsel. She's the one that's going to be put on posters in the bikini.
True. Had Raquel Welch's
10,000 BC or whatever come out?
Had that come out yet? Because it is evocative of that look.
That kind of look as well, yeah.
I don't know.
They might have been trying to ape it.
And that'll do it for this week. By the way, Richard will not be joining us anymore.
It's been so nice having you on, Richard. But as they pull into the field, the day for night aspect is still in the sky, but as it pulls down to the corn, did they roll open the lens to get a better exposure at that point? Did they stop using the over blue saturation to correct for it?
It got insanely bright, and I was like, whoa, if I'd been in the theater, I'd been like, oh.
It's almost like the passage of time and the sun rising within the time it takes for a camera to dip to the corn.
1966 for 1 million years BC.
Okay, so it had already been out.
Yeah. So there was that.
I wonder if they are trying to play on it.
I don't know. It might have been.
So we talked about Nova kind of being aware of where they're going. Is it supposed to be the
same place where they were caught?
Because if you look in the background, the corn has been harvested.
That's true. I don't know.
The corn is chopped down to the ground.
Oh, yeah, I know it has. Looking at the field, we've still got some stalks growing around it.
Right.
But that particular field has been taken down.
So it makes me wonder that those cornfields, and, Richard, you didn't get to be a part of us early on when Sean and I broke those scenes down, but I think one of us said something along the lines, did they grow this crop intentionally to trap them?
Or they pests, yeah.
But are the apes also harvesting the corn to eat it?
Yeah.
I looked at this and I thought, I kind of expected those stalks to still be there, but.
Yeah. Well, and if we are also going by the couple of theories that we know it's been an expanse of time because Taylor's been wounded and it's healed, and in the script, he might have gotten Nova pregnant, and that's going to take a couple of months too. The corn would have been harvested probably in that time.
Yeah, I guess so.
So was I the only one that when they saw the ape riding up with supplies and other horses, thought that was a gorilla at first rather than Cornelius? Because he's darkened and it looked like a gorilla, and I thought, oh, well, they got a gorilla sympathizer working with him.
He is darkened. I thought he was like basically riding under shade trees initially.
I can't look at that. I knew who it was, so I don't think of it.
I thought, all right, we're crossing species bounds, and now we're seeing the chimps believe something, and they have other, they're going to have a gorilla with them. Maybe there will be an orangutan that hangs out with them and supporting them as well.
So I didn't think about this. So they've got this cart. They've got Nova and Taylor, and they've got two horses with the nephew and Azira, and they approach, and here comes Cornelius. And he's got three horses for the three people that he planned on. Himself, Zira, and Taylor. No Nova. There's not a fourth horse there for Nova.
Right.
But that's because Taylor wants her.
So without going outside of this minute, I would not know why he's there with more horses.
I mean, we've definitely not heard what their plan is, but the best plan is the plan in a movie, the plan I've not heard of and I find out about, and it's exciting and adventurous, right?
It's the three people that are in danger leaving.
Right. And the one I feel sorry for, I guess, was a named Chimp Boy, or does he have a name now?
Just the nephew.
They haven't named him yet. Not in this minute.
Nephew Boy. I guess, is he supposed to, because the carriage is now tainted, if he rides back into Simeon City, he's Apakirky. He's beaten.
Yeah.
What are they doing with him?
I know. He's like.
Yeah, they weren't planning on having anything with him.
Yeah.
Like this kid is basically being sent back.
Well, no, hang on. He might be driving the cart away with them too.
Okay,
so we got
that's true.
Them three on the horses, the cart that they're going to keep with them. So they
could also take those horses off at the carriage.
Off the carriage too. Yeah.
There was that awkward
the smashing of the
face smash kiss
that they did earlier. They did that earlier, and now they did it again where they just mash masks.
So is that standard in ape culture? Is that how and I'm gonna sound so stupid, but you see the
French kiss,
the French
cheek,
yeah,
cheek.
and very European things, cheek to cheek. The apes.
Having not seen this movie and not knowing this happened, every time my wife and I see each other, we give each other 3 kisses. And I thought, well, this is us if we had to mash our masks together.
It's another just very awkward, these are masks moments.
Yeah, well, you can really tell.
It's really kind of hard to watch.
Yeah.
I wonder if they perhaps shot a normal kiss, and it just looked like two people butting their heads together. But with the repetition of it,
if you're literally shoving rubber together and you just kind of go like that, it doesn't look like you're interacting.
Well, that what you the motion you're making with your hands is basically that kind of turn
side to side kiss
to kind of like get that tongue in there. And it would have been kind of nice if they at least one of them had turned their head just a little to the side to kind of make it look like you're than just mashing masks.
Yeah.
Just a little something to indicate that it was a kiss, other than just.
I guess as humans, no matter what, because of the nose, we have to tilt the head to the side just a little bit.
And
if you don't,
their lips come out farther than our noses
right?
Do, yeah.
Oh, so some useless information.
Go.
That whole, you know how when you approach your dog, and your dog has that kind of pensive look, like they're looking down, like waiting for something to happen. Apparently, that's actually the dog lowering their nose, so they can get full visual view of what you're doing. It's not about them being submissive or about them being afraid or wondering what's happening next. It's about them getting a full visual view of analyzing the scene.
What does that mean when my wife does that?
You're in trouble.
Yeah.
You're in danger, girl. You're in danger.
What did you know when your dog's outside and he's pooping and he's looking at you like, why are you looking at me? He's also looking at you to say, you're watching me to make sure nothing else is going to get me, right? Because I'm pooping right now and I need protection.
Oh my God, it is dog talk.
It's Friday Dog Talk with your hosts, Sean, Todd, and Richard.
This is Man of the Dogs. Brought to you.
Well, does that say that this minute really has nothing to say about it?
No, I had one other note. You're telling me Taylor could not unlock the cage that he was in, that he's going like...
He just woke up, Sean.
Shake. But he goes like this, shake, 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 shake.
Shake your
UCB
booty.
comes over and he just pulls it out and it's unlocked. There's no locking.
Right.
It's just like a stick stuck into it, and Taylor just kind of rattling.
Get me out of here!
Yeah.
We've already mentioned that he's not the sharpest crayon in the box.
He's
look, when I wake up, especially in the back of a carriage, I can't even make my own coffee, let alone open the cage.
Yeah, that was my last note for this minute.
I mean, it's one of those that I hate to end a Friday on a brief minute, but let's be quite honest.
There wasn't a whole lot happening.
Not a lot happening.
We move from night to day.
Yes.
Zira and her nephew and Taylor and Nova meet up with Cornelius. Cornelius has 3 horses, and they have a carriage. They basically get them out of the back of the carriage.
Yep.
And we're about to flee.
We're fleeing. The one big question that I'm going to pose for the next week: what the hell are Zira and Cornelius and nephew boy expecting to do with their lives after they help him escape?
Where are they going?
Well, let's think about this. They've already been charged, released, and on bail, so they're escaping from whatever court system is happening. Their plan might not be ever to go back to the city, because they know if they go back, the whole kangaroo court that's happened is already going to string them up, whatever their charges are going to be.
That's a really good point.
Are going to come after them for escaping on their bail.
So it's not just getting Taylor out of there. They're running for their own.
Fleeing. Yeah, they're escaping for sure.
Okay.
Wow.
That's a pretty good point.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I assume. We'll find out.
So
I know.
in the next week.
We can't talk about what comes up next because I know what all that means.
Well,
but at the same time,
we're rapidly approaching the end of this. I think we only got like 6 more weeks of this, and then
I would almost guarantee that we just broke plot point 2, which is we've headed into the final stretch of the film.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a shift.
You're
something
running
is big
your
there.
characters up a tree and throwing rocks at them.
That's right.
Yeah.
And how are they either going to get out or how are they going to go higher? All right, gentlemen, that is another week. And as I watch Sean down the rest of his beer,
Woo, gotta get it done,
guys.
It's not going to drink itself.
It's always a pleasure. Have a great weekend.
Yes, thank you guys.
Yes.
Everyone out there, have a great weekend.
February.
Look for us on Monday. Go find us online. You know the whole drill. I'm not even going to go through it. You know what to do. You know where to find us. So for Richard and Sean, this is Todd. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Thank you guys.
The minute of the apes.